we try to kind of group our different models together. So if we start here by the front window, this is our folding bike right here, this blue one, and it folds down into a thing that you can pick up. It's like I think it's like less than 45 pounds. You can just pick it up and stick it in the back of your SUV, stick it in your RV, and just go have adventures. And that is an electric bike. These are all electric bikes. That's my daughter's bike. She usually rides her bike to school, but it was raining this morning. We are a Pedego family through and through. These guys are the Pedego Avenue. So this is our newest model that came out the most recently. This is our commuter bike. So it's kind of like a beautiful blank slate that looks and feels the most like a regular bike. And then you add on only what you need. So if you're gonna be riding at night, we have a light you can add on. If you are gonna be carrying your belongings, we have a rear rack we can add on. We can just add on whatever you need. But it really is the one that, you know, really looks and feels the most like a regular bike.
One of the things I want to point out real quick is in earlier when I was talking about the battery on my bike, I know that this one has the slide-in battery on the back, which is like my bike, but I mentioned that some bikes have the batteries built into, what do you call that piece?
That's the down tube.
Okay, the down tube. So some bikes have them built in there, and they're replaceable. Yours are replaceable as well.
Sure.
Although some other brands, I think you have to actually plug in the bike.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to electric bikes, there's just a huge variety of like where the battery is situated and how easy it is to get it out, or if you can even get it out. Every single one of our bikes, wherever the battery is located, the battery comes in and out really easily, but only if you have the key. If you don't have the key to get the battery out, it's impossible to get it out. So that's a very important theft protection right there. So yeah, these batteries do come out. They're just integrated into the down tube here, and that is one of the things that makes it look more like a regular bike and makes it look nice and streamlined. So yeah, that's where those batteries are. And then these are cruisers. This is a little bit similar to what you have, Missy, except for it's got a different handlebar. It's just a traditional cruiser handlebar. It's swept back to have you sitting upright. I can compare it to sort of like, feels like you're sitting on a couch a little bit. If you think of like your beach cruiser, this is just kind of what comes to mind. And we have so many fun colors in these guys. And you can kind of see, we start with our smaller models here, and then we go up to our bigger models. And we measure our model size by the height of the wheel. So this is going to be a 24-inch wheel, and this is going to be a 26-inch wheel. And yeah, they're all step through. They're all electric. These are upgraded, so they're going to come with hydraulic brakes. They're going to come with a light. They have our biggest battery, our biggest motor.
And the hydraulic brakes are important because the bikes are heavy.
Yep.
And so you want that extra stopping power.
Yeah, you're going to want to give yourself more room to stop, but you're also going to just want really good, dependable brakes. These are hydraulic disc brakes. They're very high-end and very reliable. So.
And the batteries, I mentioned, my nephew said make sure you get a battery that's made in America. I assume that the batteries in the Pedego bikes are...
So all the components for electric bikes are going to be made in Asia because that's where the factories are. Now, what he probably meant was make sure you have a name brand cell in the battery. So that's kind of your differentiator in terms of battery quality, and it's really important. You want to have a battery that has a name brand cell inside. Okay. So when I say name brand, I'll say these three brands that they make the cells that are in our bikes: Panasonic, Samsung, and LG. Okay. So we all know those brands. Yes. So that's a huge differentiator in lithium-ion batteries, and we're super confident in our bikes. We have 4 of them in our garage. So, you know, like we're confident in those name brand cells. So that's probably what he was referring to. Perfect. So this is our comfort cruiser. So if you really want an electric cruiser, but you can't quite do all of the upgrades, or you feel like maybe you don't need all of the upgrades, this is our entry-level cruiser. So you're taking that cruiser frame, that cruiser handlebar, the step through everything, and you're just, you know, these are mechanical disc brakes, so not hydraulic brakes. You're gonna have a smaller motor and a smaller battery, but this bike serves, you know, it meets the needs of a lot of our customers, and it just has a different price point. So it's got these fun rims. There's a couple of bikes that have a different color rim than the frame, and this is one of them. We call this one the Flamingo bike, but that's not actually, we just This is a really popular model. This is called the Element, the Pedego Element. This is our fat tire electric bike. This is what our son rides to school. So it's a 20-inch wheel, so it's a smaller wheel, but it's a 4-inch wide tire. It'll get you going through any terrain. So if you kind of are like an RV camper and you never know where you're going to end up, this is a great bike to take with you. I love the compact frame. I love that you have 4 inches of contact with the ground, so you never feel like you're gonna, like your wheels is too thin, right? Some people love to have those wider tires. And this is our trike. We just got these in. Electric trikes that are dependable are very hard to find, and Pedego makes a really good one, and we waited months to get these trikes in. This is a game changer for people that have balance issues but miss the ability to ride a bike. We have people that actually don't have the use of like one side of their body that are able to actually adapt this to be able to go places. So this, for some people, this is the difference between like being housebound and then actually being able to get around and go places. So we absolutely love the trike. Great cargo space in the back. It's perfect for doing your errands. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. We probably, next time y'all come in here, we probably won't have either of these. We probably will have sold them. we just put them together. So I think that's it. And then over here we have the boomerangs, which is what you guys have. Yes. Right here we have our ultra low step through boomerangs. Right here, this is the platinum version, and then this is the mag wheel version. These are 26 inches. So this is going to be, I mean, this is what you have,
that
right?
Is, yes.
Yeah, same deal. And then this is our full suspension mountain bike. So this is kind of our special. This is very different from any other bike we have. This is our only Class 1 electric bike. Class 1 means it has no throttle, okay? So it only is going to have pedal assist. It's going to have 3 levels of pedal assist, and it's got a mid-drive motor. So all of the motors in our other bikes are in the rear wheel. So it's called a rear hub motor. This is a mid-drive motor. So this motor is right here in between the cranks. So it's very, very different. It's kind of a special project between Pedego and Shimano. And it is, it's quite a special bike for the mountain bike enthusiast. And it has.
What's the difference between the mountain bike and the fat wheel bikes in terms of riding off?
Yeah, for sure.
And that kind of thing?
Yeah, so they both have wider tires, so they're made for not necessarily paved surfaces. You can go all over the place, right? But these are 27.5 inches tall, so they're much taller than those guys. Mm-hmm. So you can really go, like if you're gonna go on those technical mountain bike trails that like we see the highlight videos and people doing crazy jumps and stuff, this is the one you're gonna want, because the size wheel and the tire is gonna do a lot better. You're gonna be a lot more comfortable. Being able to do all those tricks. This also has front suspension and it has rear suspension. So all those bumps are not going to like really jar you. It's just made to keep you comfortable, and it has a dropper seat post. So this seat is going to be where you need it to be when you need it to be there. It goes up and down. So,
speaking of which, one of the things, can I pull this bike out? Since it's just on mine?
Of course.
One of the things that I love about this is you don't have to have tools to adjust either the handlebar or the seat. You want to show how that works?
So this is our quick lever. It's really important to have the right seat height when you're biking, for your comfort and just for your efficiency of your pedaling and everything, right? So, but you know, if you're out on your ride and you feel like you need to adjust it while you're out, you're just gonna stop, open up that lever, and then get it where you need to go and close it. And then for this, and on your black bike, you have all different people riding it. Yes. So it's so perfect because you can just push this down, lift this up, once you have this arm lifted up, your handlebar is gonna meet the rider wherever it needs to be. So not only can you adjust this distance, but you can also adjust the height of the grips. And then all you do is you just close it, push this in, and it locks down and it stays put.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, if you're, like when I came in to get on my bike, you kind of, we got on the bikes to determine, first of all, whether or not I needed a 24 or a 26-inch wheel, and we determined that I needed a 26. Can you show what the proper positioning is when you're, as far as the seat height and where your legs are?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll sit on it. So if I were to sit on, actually, you know what? Maybe you should use Emily's bike as a good example, because Emily's bike is really small, right? So if you were to sit on this bike, this is our daughter's bike. If you were to sit on this bike, or if I were to sit on this bike, I'm too big for this bike, right? I'm gonna feel scrunched up. Look how flat my feet are, right? So you can already tell that I need a bigger frame. So let's go up to a 26-inch, which would be this bike right here. Put this guy back. And pinky. All right, so let's go up to this bike. And let's just make sure, first of all, that when the seat is in the lowest position, that I can actually touch the ground. Because I don't want to be so high up that I can't touch the ground. Because if I can't touch the ground, how am I going to stabilize this bike, right?
But you don't have to be so low that your feet are flat on the ground.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't want your feet to be flat.
Right, exactly. So, you know, my feet are like this right now, right? So this is pretty ideal. I could even be a little bit higher. I could be like this, but I don't want to be like this. Because if I'm like this while I'm in the seat, my knees are going to be coming up too high at the top of my rotation, and it's not going to be comfortable, and it's also less efficient when I'm pedaling. So I'm not getting the full power of my pedal that I could be getting. So
that's one thing I'm going to have to check on when I get home, because my brother Nelson, the first time when we went out riding, he said to me, "You're probably going to want to raise that seat because your knees are coming up too high."
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand what he was talking about.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I feel like, especially with electric bikes, most people are a little bit lower in their seat than they should be. And I'm okay with that because I want them to feel comfortable stopping the bike, because it is heavier than a regular bike. I want them to feel comfortable stopping the bike and then getting on and off. Once they're really comfortable, then I like them to raise the seat to the point where they are really on the balls of their feet and can get that ideal rotation in their legs.
Sounds like
it's a little bit of a
check that
process.
when I get home.
Yeah, but it sounds like first, the most important thing is be able to safely stop the bike and stabilize it. That's really the most important thing, because you want to feel comfortable on the bike and confident, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Lucky. Hi, Lucky.
Lucky is Pedego dog.
These are Pedego pup.
Love it.
So, hi Tom.
Hello.
Tom and Grace, proprietors. Grace is doing all the talking, but when I was
As
here to
usual.
buy, he talked a lot too. And anyway, both of them have been extremely helpful in this process. So, you got anything you want to say? You're about to take
I'm
the
about to take
Pedego
Lucky
dog.
home. Pedego Pup is going to go home. We just had a little tire maintenance I had to do on the van, and then we're going to take the guy home.
So, do you have anything rigged up on one of your bikes where Lucky can actually ride the bike with you?
He's not a very well behaved. But there are trailers for pet trailers, and we even have one right with PC right
You see
here.
the
little puppy sticker.
a little oversized.
Yeah. So that's for dogs that are 15 pounds or less. Lucky's a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
Cool.
People
All right.
love
All right, well, I'm going to leave the boss in charge.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.